This river here has a lot of historical facts concerning me. If I have to tell you the truth about this very same place I'm standing, I can record for 3 hours. So I'll try as much as possible to make it as much as interesting and also to make it as short as possible. If you look at this stone formation here, this one I can call it the original Lando Bridge. This is the original Lando Bridge. In the 60s, my father, Lando, tried to construct a bridge. But two things stopped him from constructing the bridge. The first thing that stopped him from constructing the bridge was that it was directed into our farm. It was directed into our farm, so roads are supposed to not to go in the middle of our farm, but on one side, on either sides. And the other reason that stopped, of course, was finances. So you can see it was double this, but because of erosion, you can see it is going on. Very soon, the bridge will disappear, the original Lando Bridge. If you come to Luandeti and ask where Lando Bridge is, you will be taken. This is the Lando Bridge, which was constructed by the government. Which was constructed by the government in the mid-80s, in the mid of 80s. What happened was that those days, and that is why I'm telling the young people today, the goodness of CDF. This is a good example of why CDF is important. Because money is spread throughout the country and you decide what to do. Those days, you used to go to the government na unaomba serikali ikutengeneze area yenyu. So this bridge was to be taken to Butere, but because the government hated Martin Shikuku, the bridge was being taken back to Nairobi. So Lando went and begged. He was the deputy provincial CID officer Western. So he begged his boss, Shadrach Kiruki. Shadrach Kiruki, who later became the police boss, was the provincial CID officer. So he talked to Shadrach Kiruki asking for the bridge to be brought here. And together with the Shadrach Kiruki, they went to the PC Kobia. And Kobia influenced the provincial engineer to bring the bridge there. That is the first thing about Lando Bridge. There is something I had not shown you. You can see here, that was the other end of Lando Bridge, the original. It has also been eaten by erosion. Of course, this other side, it is not there. So that is the original Lando Bridge. What is the name of the river? The river is called Silungai. This river Silungai comes from Sugoi, not Sugoi, Kamasai. Kamasai is where the president was born, Ruto was born in. So this river, where Ruto was born, is called Osorongai. Osorongai. But when it reaches Luhyaland, it is called River Silungai. It goes this way, and it joins River Luandeti, and later on joins River Nzoia. Now, before the Lando Bridge came, we used to pass through here. You can see there is a footbridge, a footpath there. People used to come through the footpath, pass on one side of the Lando, come. There are some hidden stones here. You know, this place there was heavy rain at night. So there's some stone here. You could step on that stone, step on another one here, and then step on this wide one, and then climb that and go. That is the original place of this river. Those days, people used to bathe in the river. Nowadays, there are very many reasons why people don't bathe in the river. People don't bathe in the river. One, because you can see the erosions. The rivers have eroded, and so this water is polluted. The other thing is that nowadays, for somebody to come and be in a birthday suit and take bath here is not possible. So women used to bathe here, where somebody has left his or her clothes here. That is where women used to bathe. And men used to bathe right there. So what used to happen is, when women were bathing here, men were not bathing. And when men were bathing there, women were not bathing. So when you come to the river to bathe, whichever gender you are, you would want first of all to know if there is somebody bathing. If you knew that somebody was bathing, you could hide there until they complete. But one thing I used to know, I remember there was a certain old man who used to scratch his back on this rock. So there is one day, when you wanted to bathe, you would first of all, or cross. If you wanted to cross here, you would want to know who are the people who are bathing. If it is a man, you could now, if you are a man and a man is bathing, you could cross. If it is a woman and a woman is bathing, you could cross. And if it is a woman bathing and you are a woman and you want to bathe, you just join her and bathe in public. Of course, we used to observe some aspects. For example, if the woman is of another generation through age or marriage, if she's your aunt and you're her niece, you don't bathe together. If she's 20 or 30 years older than you, you don't. And the same with men. If the man is an uncle of yours, or you have a difference of 20 years, you don't bathe together. So that is how it used to happen. Another thing I had forgotten is that I've shown you how somebody would come through here, come here. There was another way where you could cross there. You can see these are two stones and one looks like a lizard. So you'd cross on the other one and then come here. This place is just flooded because of what? It is flooded because of the rain that we had. So there were two ways you could cross here. You could either come through here, pass through these stones here, come this way, and then come here. Or you could go through that place, through that lizard-like stone, come here, then come here and cross. Yeah. My stepsister, called Margaret Hakasa, there was a time when I was in school, there was a time she was bathing me on this rock here, which is covered. Then one time, she turned around, she saw there was no soap around. When we turned somewhere here, we saw a snake going away after swallowing that soap. And she held that snake and threw it away. That is one of the two heroic instances that my stepsister Hakasa has done, holding a snake without fearing when we were young. So, my viewers, that is the river where I grew up from. And as I tell you, when you come to Lwandeti, you ask for Lando Bridge, you'll be shown that bridge there. Lwandeti is in Kalenjin. Luhya we have large rocks like this, which in Kalenjin, in Luhya they call it Luanda, and in Kalenjin they call it Lwandet. You know Kalenjins, every place has a T at the end. Bomet, Eldoret. So Lwandet, they are this type of rocks, and that is why our place was called Lwandet. The river that this one drains into is called Lwandet, and it has larger rocks than this. And where I come from, of course, there are so many large rocks. Viewers, those are the 10 minutes of the river. Oh, I've forgotten one last thing. Somewhere there used to be a place where we used to swim. Of course, I learned swimming from the other place, the other river, which had aired last year. So, we used to swim here. We used to swim in the rivers. This is where I grew up. Kindly enjoy the 10 minutes. Thank you.